I have followed the instructions completely as the pattern outline, and my flying geese don't work out. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I know the tricks to stop all of those problems and keep your flying geese flying south in an orderly manner. This is video 3 of 3 in our flying geese series. Today, I'm going to teach you a new to me way to make the absolutely perfect way to get 4 at a time flying geese where you have no mistakes at all whatsoever. This new method is new to me. Is actually by Eleanor Burns, and I had tried it in the past and I could not make it work, so that went away. And then I saw a video by Kimberly Jolly and I liked what she did, so I've kind of copied what she did and made it work. And now this is my favorite go-to flying geese method. So I'm going to teach it to you, and it works with any ruler, flying geese ruler. Like I said, my favorite is the block lock, so I'm still going to use the block lock 2x4, and we're going to make 4 flying geese, and they're all going to be perfect. All right, so here's your chart. You'll use 2 squares of fabric. There is a little more fabric waste with this. This doesn't bother me. I would rather have perfect than have to go to the store and buy more because they weren't perfect. And if you saw the previous method, you can understand why that can be frustrating. So you have your unfinished size, your finished size, your unfinished size, and then you're going to add your 2.5 inches to your center square and 3.5 inches to your outer square, which are your points on your flying geese. Okay, just kind of help you understand that. So I'm going to turn them right sides together. And again, I'm going to use my rotary mat to help me line up my fabrics. Now on this, Eleanor Burns wants you to get your squares so that they are perfectly lined up. I don't know if I'm perfectly lined up, but because Kimberly on Fat Quarter Shop added an extra 1/2 inch to the measurements, I'm not super worried about them being completely lined up. So I have them lined up. That it looks pretty lined up to me. We've got equal measurements on all 4 sides. I'm going to take my ruler again, and I'm going to draw my center line. Eleanor Burns has you draw that center line, right? And oops, I missed that one, so I'm going to fix that one right there. Line that back right up, right there. That's why we do what we do, right? Okay, this line is not super critical because I'm now going to mark 1/4 inch away from it for my sewing line. And I'm going to rotate my mat. So 1/4 inch away, again, from that center line. You can use your 1/4 inch foot, which I most of the time do. It's just that Eleanor Burns has you mark the lines, which helps your accuracy. So it's up to you. We're using that open toe foot, so we're going to go ahead and do that today. I'm going to take this over to the machine and we're going to sew it on both sides of that center line, and then we'll come back and cut it, press it, and reposition it. It's awesome. All right, here we go. Now I am going to put some pins in because I don't want it shifting on me, right? I believe in pins. I'm going to get my lines lined back up. So I've just put 4 pins in around the outside of the 2 squares to hold that in place. And now I am ready to sew. I can start, if I want to start, I can start right here, but I'm just going to sew and follow the lines. This time I am going to put an ender on. Rotate that and come around. Now I do like sewing on the squares. I can certainly cut this apart and have both halves ready to sew and just do a 1/4 inch seam. But I would prefer sewing on the flat like this, because then I'm not playing on the bias. Caught that thread. And I don't have to worry about stretching my fabric. It's laying flat, it's being nice. Okay, let's go cut it. All right, let's get this cut. I'm just going to cut on that drawn line, and that is going to give me 2 halves that look like this. I need to press towards my lighter fabric. So we'll go over and press these 2 like that, and then we will get them ready to sew. So I'm actually, this time, we're just going to take everything over to the ironing board. So now I got to set my seams like this and fold this back carefully. And again, we're on that bias, so I don't want to swish back and forth. I don't want to take the edge of my iron to help push this seam back. I want to keep it as square as possible. This is my new favorite way of making flying geese. Yes, there's a little more waste, but again, I want that perfect lineup. So on my board, I'm going to line this guy up like this because I'm going to be drawing that line. And I want to turn right sides together, but I want the opposite. So I want blue touching this one and white touching this one. So they are opposite. Okay, just like this. And you're going to see I'm not 100% even. I don't care. If I can draw my straight line, I'm fine. I also am not nesting my seams. These seams are opposite. And because we have that extra ½ inch that we added to our cutting instructions, I have yet to get them to be 100% equal. And part of that is because I don't have the outside. When we laid them out, I didn't get 100% lined up, even all the way around. Does that make sense? But we're okay. We're okay. I've got my points lined up. That's the most important part, to get those points lined up. Okay, we're going to do that. Center line, I'm going to do that 1/4 inch again. I'm going to turn this around. Do that 1/4 inch again. If you don't have a cutting mat, I highly recommend you get one. I use mine all the time. Okay, before I go to the sewing table, let me grab my pins and pin. Now we're going to go sew on those 2 lines, and then we'll cut it apart and press it, and then go cut our flying geese. So really, there's a couple of extra steps in this, but I don't mind them. Let's cut this apart. Okay, now we need to press this, and we need to press each half towards the white. All right, each half goes towards the white. You can see we've got our 4 flying geese. So I did find my Karen K. Buckley scissors, and I am going to make a little snip to the stitch line right here in the middle on both of these squares. Don't cut through your stitch line. That's not a good thing. Okay. Now we need to set our seams. So this one I'm going to set towards the white. I'm going to do that on both of these. Usually I know we do press to the dark, but this one we're pressing to the white because we're pressing to the sky. And then I'm just going to flip this over and hit this side and open this one up with my hand. Put that down. And then I'm going to open this up and just press that flat right there. Now I'll do it again. Press that, set that seam, open it to the white, press it there. Flip it over, set that seam, flip it up to the white, press it there, flip this over and press this. So you've got this little, you can see your seam going the 2 ways. just like that. All right. Now we can go and cut them apart. Now we're ready to cut our flying geese. So I'm taking my block lock ruler. You can take any favorite ruler. This is my favorite ruler. And I'm going to lock it into my grooves. The first cut I'm going to make is going to be coming across like this. That's just the easiest thing to do. Then I'll set that one aside. And I can cut that side. I can flip this around, cut, flip it around, and cut. And they're all going to be, oops, missed that corner. They're all going to be absolutely perfect 2x4 finished flying geese. See, here they are, all 4 perfect 2x4-inch flying geese. Fabulous. I love it. Let me know what your favorite method is. I'll link all the supplies in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and following, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.